Marty McFly is a walking aphrodisiac. You can't look at him.
Marty McFly has so much sex appeal. His mother and, like, honestly, his father was kind of falling for him. Let's be real.
With him. Mm-hmm. He got named after himself, didn't he?
He did.
Hey everybody, it's Amy, back with Fess Up. I know you missed us. I missed us. We all missed us. Like Oprah, you get a miss, you get a miss, we all get a miss, right? That's funny. I made a joke.
Mm-hmm.
It was so funny I didn't laugh.
It's so funny I forgot to laugh. Gee, Ian, I get it right.
So funny I forgot to laugh. Anyway, this is Fess Up, the show where we discuss the best get-to-know-you questions that we can come up with. And then we get to know each other. Two people that I know probably better than anybody. I'm going to get to know them even better. Just watch. Here and now.
Really? I've never met you in my life.
Oh, this is really awkward.
Who are we talking to?
I don't know a single thing about you.
I stalk you from your window. Since you were born.
That's you.
Yeah, it's me.
Okay.
All right. I smell your socks at night.
Oh my.
Anyway, we are back from hiatus. We were on hiatus because of sadness and school, but we are back and happy to be here, and we are not going to leave you again. We swear it.
Happy to be here. Easy to work with.
All right. Anyway, all that aside, I am Amy, your largest butted sister.
Wow.
I'm just saying it
You
because it's
heard
true.
it here first, kids.
The largest butted Amy Fess.
I'm Marissa, the most hilarious Fess.
Wrong.
Okay. And I'm Ina, the one with the smallest nose.
That's fair.
That is accurate.
That is accurate. Also squarest chin. All right.
Whoa.
We're going to jump right in smallest nose first and say our first question, which is, what if teeth were flaccid and only got hard when you were hungry?
Ew. That's disgusting.
I hate the mental image so much, but it's also hilarious to me.
How would you speak? You'd be like...
Well, maybe...
Would they just be hanging in there like loose bags?
Yes, they would. They'd be flapping in the breeze.
I mean, our language would literally be completely different. It would have evolved completely differently.
I don't think people would smile when they're happy because it would be so gross looking.
No, everyone would like it, though. Like, everyone... That would have been life. We wouldn't have known what it was like to smile with teeth. So people would... You'd think that gums were sexy. You really go down for the gums.
Oh, so are we imagining that they recede upwards, like retract into the gums when they're not hard?
They just kind of dangle.
Yeah, see, but then it's not just gums. It's flappy, sad sacks of...
Okay. Well, you'd like the flappy, sad sacks.
Oh, God.
I know. Hard to imagine. But I
This
think...
is literally so gross.
The thing, if you were a news reporter, like a news anchor, you would have to be hungry all the time so that people would truly be able to hear what you were saying.
Well, no, because our language would have evolved to be gummy.
So you have
If anything, they'd have to not be hungry.
You're not allowed to be hungry.
Yeah.
You just don't talk to people when you're hungry?
All news anchors are fat.
Maybe everyone uses sign language so there's consistency.
Question. Okay. Is there shame attached to hard teeth then? If you're not, if you have to be like full all the time, if you're like a news anchor to like have proper enunciation, is there shame when you talk with teeth?
Yeah, probably. I mean, wait, because if we're thinking about like the shame is almost always like from like sex appeal, right?
Yeah.
But it would be sexier without teeth, right? Because, you know, giving blowjobs with no teeth is going to be better than with them.
That's fair. Fair and valid.
Right? So that's going to be way more sexy.
So if you smile and you have teeth, oh, here's the thing. Girls would so do that to get free meals.
Oh my gosh.
They'd be like smiling. They'd be like, oh,
Yeah.
hey, lady, you want to go down on me? And she'd smile and there were teeth there. And he'd be like, all right, I guess I have to get you Burger King first.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. because, nobody wants to be with someone with hard teeth.
Okay, but this adds a whole new layer to, like, poverty in general. Like,
OMG.
Poor people who are hungry would be stigmatized because they're less attractive.
Yep.
Because they're hungry all the time, and that adds to a whole new level of, like...
And they'll look gross because they have teeth like us. Think about that for a second.
Oh, no.
Like, this nasty teeth thing that we're imagining would be what was sexy and hot in society.
Well, okay, now think of this. If you had, if you had your teeth come in, like, would it matter to them that your teeth were a mess? Braces, what do we think would happen with that?
I don't know if it matters as much.
Would it be better or worse to have a straight smile when you were hungry?
I almost feel like people wouldn't even care at that point.
So, like, you could look at somebody and just see tooth on top of tooth, like one long straight line of teeth because their mouth was so screwed up, and just kind of shrug it off.
Well, they'd be like, oh man, you're gross when you're hungry. You need to eat something.
It's like, you're ugly when you cry.
It's like everyone always has to be on top of, like, whether they've eaten or not. Like, because instead of having grumbly stomachs, they'd have these nasty crooked teeth come in.
Yeah, this would add a whole new layer of, like, fat people being the most attractive. Like, back in when, like, in the Renaissance or whatever, when, like, fat rich people were chubbier, so that was the ideal standard of beauty.
True.
That's how we got our last name.
That would literally
Corpulent
be
and plump.
what it was again.
Yeah.
We were so fat, probably because of money, that they named us corpulent.
Why didn't that money stay?
That's a fantastic question.
I wish.
Poor as heck.
They spend it all on food.
That's it. There you have it. You heard it here, folks. That's our catchphrase of the episode. You heard it here,
Apparently.
folks. Yeah, no, that's fair. This question makes me think of, like, what would be a tell for other body functions? Like, what is a way we could have this question, but for, like, peeing? Like, when you're, like, on Sims, when the pee bar is full, the bladder bar, and, like, that's what, like, essentially we just came up with a way for Sims to happen in real life. That's actually how Sims are in Sims. Their teeth grow in when they're hungry. And that's how you know, is, like, how hard their teeth are is how full the bar is. Or empty the bar is.
If we're basing it off of The Sims, whenever you had to pee, you'll just start crouching and holding your crotch, like, uncontrollably.
You're right.
You just stand there and wave until someone carries you to the bathroom.
Till someone adds a door to your room. Because they took it away to murder you.
But they add it back so you can pee.
They add it back just for peeing. Or they just suddenly a toilet appears. Time freezes and then a toilet appears in front of you.
Think about being a sim and, like, time freezes for a split second. So you just, like, blink and then all of your surroundings are different.
Oh, yeah.
Well, that's what I always said. If I had a superpower, the one that I would want would be to control time. And so I could just make everything completely different and confuse people. Or, like, just, like, freeze time, cut off someone's entire hair.
Oh, no.
Because I don't like them. And then they, like, all of their hair is gone. And they're just bad haircut.
That's not where I thought you were going with that. Like, cut off their entire... I was like,
I know,
what?
me too.
But then hair. I was like, oh, okay, thank God.
Ina, I hope you know, if ever someone decides to play that prank on me where you go to sleep and then you wake up with no hair, you're my first suspect. Just saying. You better hope nobody does that to me.
Prime suspect is Ina now.
So, the next question that I have here has to do with a book that Marissa read one time.
Yes.
It's called How to Ditch Your Fairy. So before I get into the question, Marissa, could you explain what this book is about?
Yes. So this book, How to Ditch Your Fairy, is about these people. Like, everyone in the world has a fairy that gives them one talent. So, like, one person, everyone's attracted to them. That's their fairy. Or the main character of this book has the most boring fairy, who she always gets the perfect parking spot. Like, it's just these little things, and some of them are better than others. And yeah, that's what that book's about.
So, how did your fairy? The main character, her fairy is something stupid, right?
Yeah.
What is it?
And the whole plot is her like, oh my gosh, I hate my fairy, and then she tries to trade it with someone else.
What was her fairy again?
Her fairy was, she always got the perfect parking spot, which is pretty boring, but pretty useful, to be honest. But then what kept happening to her is this, like, school bully would kidnap her and drive places so that he would get a good parking spot.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's kind of an insane reaction to that, but also I would become best friends with her and always be trying to, like, go places with her.
I know.
Just so that we could get a good parking spot.
I think she didn't really appreciate her fairy well enough. I think that would be really good.
Yeah, seriously, at my college, there's never any parking anywhere. So that would be a blessing.
Mm-hmm. Same.
So in the...
Or go to New York City.
Oh.
She had a superpower and she didn't even know it.
Yeah, that's where I live right now, and that sounds like a great fairy to me. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
So the whole point of this question, we wanted to explain that so that this next question would make sense, which is, if you lived in this world where everyone had a fairy that granted you one superpower, what would your fairy be?
Well, we like to joke that mine would be cursing people with diarrhea.
With poop, yeah.
Or other, like, other poop problems. Because when I get road rage, I started being like, poop to you! And, like, it evolved into this whole thing where I just curse people with indigestion. And so I have a poop fairy.
That's beautiful. My fairy would probably have something to do with my inability to get cold. I very rarely get cold, and it is my lame superpower. I truly only start wearing coats because of peer pressure from people, because I don't know if people know this because they probably get cold, but when you go outside and it's like, it gets it to be like, I don't know, the 40s and you're not wearing a coat at all, and you go outside and people start looking at you, it's like the season change and they're all bundled up going crazy because they're used to the summer, and they see you not wearing a coat and you're just having a great time. Strangers will come up to you and fully interrogate you on why you aren't cold and ask you, are you cold? Do you need my jacket? I'm like, I am the one not wearing a jacket. 2, if I was cold, I would have a jacket on. 3, if I was cold and needed a jacket, why would I take yours, a person who needs it much more than me? Like,
that's true.
Like, I don't know why you would want to suffer for some rando who you think might be suffering. So anyway,
they're trying to be nice.
I appreciate the niceness, but also I live in New York City, in which most people have an ulterior motive.
True.
So
I think it's like they're so surprised that they're like, do you need my jacket?
Yeah, that's why it's extra weird that, like, people will approach me on the streets of New York City, which is like a city of introverts. Nobody wants to talk to anybody. So, like, people will come up to me and be like, you're not cold? And so I only start putting on coats because I get peer pressured by friends and by people on the street. Yeah, and then I'll wear coats, and I will wear the smallest, least bulky coat that I can, because I overheat very easily is the con of that, so...
Yeah, but, like, that might seem boring to you, but for me and, like, a lot of people I know, like, I can freeze in a perfectly regular temperature, so that sounds really nice.
I have the same sort of scenario to this girl with the parking fairy. Mm-hmm. My immune to cold fairy. She needs a catchier name.
The Elsa fairy.
That's what it is. She's an Elsa. The cold never bothered me.
Cold never bothered you anyway.
The cold never bothered me anyway, fairy.
Oh my gosh. See, so you need to trade fairies with the girl from the story, and that's what she wants anyway.
That's it. But here's the thing, I do appreciate my fairy. I just wish that I had a kind of a cooler one. Could I have 2 fairies? She just surrender her fairy to me.
Nope.
Dang. Ina.
Yes. My fairy is always, always, always being able to open lockers. Like, someone else's locker will be literally super jammed. No one can open it. They call the repairmen, like the school, like the campus safety or whatever, to come and open their locker. And I just go over there, I hip bump the locker, and it opens, and it's just magic. It always happens. I can always open a jammed locker.
It's so weird.
That is the weirdest problem.
Never in my life have I not been able to open a jammed locker. I think I got this talent because in middle school I was the messiest locker owner in the world. So my locker was jammed all the time, but I also never wanted to ask anyone for help, so I can always open lockers. And I'm also good with just locks in general, but only on, like, lockers. Like, if you want me to open your safe, no. But you want me to open your locker? Yes.
Safes are right out.
So.
Safes? Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Lockers? Oh, yes.
So, I have a locker fairy.
That is also a weird niche fairy.
That one's very niche.
That reminds me, your situation specifically, Ina, reminds me of, I read this Reddit thread one time about a person who claimed that they could always tell which drawer in a kitchen was the silverware drawer. And they were talking about it. And then people on Reddit, they were like, I don't believe you here. And they started uploading pictures of their kitchens. And the person was correctly guessing every single person's silverware drawer. It was actually incredible.
That's their fairy.
And that was their
That's
fairy.
amazing. I also have a second very minor one. I get nosebleeds a lot when the seasons change.
See, that's not a positive.
and every single time I get a nosebleed, I wake up that morning and I'm like, it's happening today. I don't know when, but today.
That's less
of a superpower and more just like an awareness of your body.
Yeah, that's true, but still.
It's like the Peter tingle. You have a Peter tingle, but just for your own nose.
You got the Peter tinkle. It's like when cows know that a storm is coming.
Oh, yeah.
You're a cow, and the storm is your nose.
Your tiny, tiny little nose.
How does a nose that tiny produce so much blood?
It does, though.
All right, guys. I have another question. This one is close to my soul. What Fess would win in a fight?
What kind of fight?
Fist fight?
Oh, me.
Me?
No way.
It would be me.
I mean, I think I could last the longest just getting punched, but I don't think I could hurt anyone enough to make them get out. But, like, you could punch me all day long and I'd be okay. So, I don't know.
I was the queen of lumberjack back in the day. You know the game where you slap the back of each other's hands until one person chickens out? I've never lost that game. My hand's been bruised to all heck. But I've never lost that game. I could take enough punches. I could outlast you.
I mean, I have a really high pain tolerance, though. My nails have been ripped off, and I don't notice.
Well, I was talking about Marissa. You are right out, in my opinion. So you can get punched, but you couldn't punch back. That doesn't make you win the fight.
That's true.
I think I could punch and I could take the punches.
No, I would demolish you.
You can't say that without evidence. I need some hard, concrete proof.
Do you understand the level of rage that brews within me at all times? I'm like the Hulk, and I'm always angry, and I will unleash it on you with no sense of, like, remorse. I don't know, I have this weird thing where after taking karate, I always want something kind of bad to happen to me just so I have an excuse to beat someone, like, beat the crap out of them. Literally, anytime I'm walking down the street and, like, a creepy man passes by me, like, most women get scared and think, like, oh my gosh, where will I run? But, like, I kind of get scared in the way where I literally start imagining the exact ways that I'm going to attack him to incapacitate him.
I do the same thing.
Literally, I'm like, I'm going to do an uppercut to his face, and then I'm going to jab him with my keys straight in the eyeball, and while he's, like, then I'm going to knock him to the ground and just stomp on his balls, you know, like, I'm thinking of the exact things I want to do.
I become acutely aware of everything around me, and I'm like, I could use that as an impromptu weapon if I need to. Oh, look, a fallen pipe, that's a great weapon. And I'm like, I could punch him, I know, stomp to the foot, punch to the groin, in the eyeballs. You gotta just go for it. I'll like imagine what it'll feel like to like jam my fingers into a grape, and I'm like, you have to prepare yourself for this feeling because you cannot stop. You have to just take away his sight if he's trying to kill you.
Mm-hmm.
The eyes are the most sensitive.
Mm-hmm.
And the throat.
Honestly. Oh, I always think like, oh, I'm gonna box his ears, because that will literally like blind them for a second just out of pain.
Yeah.
And then you can get some real fun ones in there. That's a PSA to all you people who, have the same kind of fears.
Always kick them while they're down. Like, that's a phrase you're not supposed to, like, everyone's, like, uses it as something you shouldn't do. Like, don't kick someone while they're down, but kick them while they're down. Keep kicking them.
Yeah.
Otherwise, they'll get right back up and bother you again.
Once you get them down for the first time, if you run, they're on your tail.
Yeah. This has become an instructional karate podcast. Welcome.
Yeah.
Kung Fess.
Welcome
That's
to
what it is.
3 black belts.
Oh. 3 black belts in a room together. Kung Fess. Hiya!
The 3 of us plus our mother, 4 black belts in a row, we'd be like walking down the street like the Avengers, yo. Like,
Oh, yeah.
and no one would have any idea.
The 4 most unassuming looking women
Yeah.
could beat everyone's asses.
Mm-hmm. Especially together. They don't stand a chance.
No, they do not. Everyone loves it when I tell them that I'm a black belt.
People get shocked. I'm like, really?
Yeah, people are always so surprised.
And then everyone likes to make jokes like, oh my gosh, you could kick my ass. And I'm like, you're
Yes.
laughing, but it's true.
Yeah. And also, I love when people are like, oh, you should show me your karate. And I'm like, what, you want me to do a takedown on you right here, right now? No, that's not going to happen. You don't understand what you're asking me to show you. But we do a kick? Because everyone can do a kick. That's not going to show you my karate. My karate's going to come out when I have to save my own ass, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Or your ass from someone else.
Yeah. In college, I sometimes, like freshman year when we didn't all have cars, and we'd have to walk somewhere, people would have me walk with them because they were like, I need protection.
I have a box cutter on me at all times now because of work, and I just love knowing it's in there because people have no idea, but I'm like, this is my impromptu sai weapon.
Yeah. Your melee weapon.
My melee weapon. I'm like, I am twice as deadly with this. I'll slash your throat and run away.
Yeah. I mean, I once went into karate mode because there was this really creepy kid who I later found out is, like, actually, like, has
Scary.
charges against him for hurting people. Anyway, he went to pull a Donald Trump and grabbed me by, so I literally caught his hand and twisted it back and almost broke his hand in the middle of the dining hall. And, like, I stopped myself because I was like, I can't just break this kid's hand in the middle, but I really should have.
You should
I
have.
should have just broken his hand.
Hell yeah, though. Proud of you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right, next question.
Yeah.
This next one is going to be a lovely bit, and it's called Strange Connections. So in this bit, we are going to try to find the strangest connections that we can between the 2 things that we have predetermined before this episode, which is, you guys don't know what this is going to be. You only know one of the 2. So, Marty McFly and avocados. Marty McFly existed before avocado toast fever hit the nation, swept the nation like a hurricane or a tsunami.
Oh my gosh.
But he also traveled to the future where it was.
I think he traveled to a future past when it happened because they did not speak one word of avocado toast, so.
No, he traveled to 2015. I mean,
Yes,
he
but
traveled
it was
to an
an
alternate
alternate
one.
reality of it.
In which avocado toast did not exist because
Sad.
I once again saw no avocado toast.
Okay, well, avocados are soft, and he, on the exterior, seems very, wimpy and privileged.
Like an avocado, wimpy and privileged.
Yeah, right. As wimpy and privileged as the people who buy avocados and put them on toast. At my own generation. But avocados have a hard pit, and, once you call him a chicken, he gets tough as nails.
I knew you were just trying to make the chicken reference.
No, honestly, I wish I had a better reference to that. I hate that so much. Nobody calls me a chicken.
That's the stupidest.
Then he does the stupidest thing, like, possible.
Wasn't that just introduced for the second movie?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
That was not in the first movie at all.
Yeah. What drama happened to him in between those two movies? Where
You want to know what trauma, Mirza? He went back in time, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Doc Brown, in between those movies, they went on a side quest adventure that you didn't hear about. You know where they went?
Mm-hmm.
To Mexico, to a farm that had chickens. And on that farm, avocados.
All right.
It's a terrible
Avocado
connection.
farm.
All right. I just
Marty McFly. Doc Brown. Chickens.
You're just saying words now. Avocado farm. Duck Brown.
Well, to further confirm that Marty McFly actually is a chicken, chickens are full of protein. And I just looked it up, and avocados contain 4 grams of protein. So...
And he is an avocado, apparently.
Marty McFly. Avocado.
Okay,
Yeah.
I have one. Avocados.
Mm-hmm.
You blend them up, and they make this nice chunky dip called guacamole.
Yeah.
If you blended Marty McFly, he would make a nice chunky dip called Martyole.
Martyole.
You can put it on your tortilla chips.
You could put it on your toast.
Martyole toast.
Martyole toast, sweeping the nation like a hurricane.
Well, I looked up another fact, and I found out that avocados have the highest fiber content of any fruit.
And Marty is a piece of shit.
Marty poops. Therefore,
What?
Marty poops. Ergo, fiber.
So you're saying he has a lot of fiber in his diet?
He must, yes.
How do you know he poops?
Yeah, they never say that he poops.
That's true.
And even if they did, they never speak to, the quality of these poops. He could be in there straining for hours, like an old man.
Oh, that's true. I don't know.
That's where all his time went. You know when people were disappearing in the photograph at his school? It's because he took too much time in the bathroom squeezing out one of those sweet ones.
Sweet
Oh,
one.
it's sweet.
All right. Avocados have a fleshy outside and hard little pit in the inside. Humans have flesh on the outside and muscle, and then the skeleton bones that are hard. So, he is
Marty's a human. So
No, Ina, you missed the perfect opportunity to say, and Marty McFly has a large blockage of shit in his intestines that we've just determined he can't get out. Like an avocado.
ooh, I have one. Avocados get real wrinkly. And Marty McFly in the future has aged way before his time. Like, he's so old and wrinkled. Like, if you see what's his name? The actor.
Michael J. Fox?
Michael J. Fox. If you see what Michael J. Fox looked like at the age he was supposed to be in that movie, like, they made him look way too old.
No. I don't even... He was supposed to be like 50 in that movie, wasn't he?
Yeah. And he looked like 68.
I mean, already right now, he probably is closer to 68, and he looks great.
I know. He looks
Like,
fantastic.
man's not even gray.
That man's a miracle, honestly.
All right. I've got another one. So, there are different types of avocados.
Just like there are different types of Marty
different
McFly.
alternate universes of Marty
Okay,
McFly.
fine.
So, different Martys, different avocados. Let's see. Yes.
Ooh. So, a different take on my earlier thing, okay? When you blend up avocados, it makes a chunky green mush. when you blend up the inside of Marty, if you churn it up, if like he throws up vomit, it's gonna be green chunky mush.
Or if he has green poops.
I suppose that's true too.
Marty McFly, canonically, has a really bad digestive system. They call him Marty McFlart.
Okay, I see that I'm reading this really weird article that's like weird facts about avocados, and one of the headlines, it's like very clickbait, but it says they belong in the bathroom.
What? Why?
Because they're apparently good for your hair. But
Okay.
Marty belongs in the bathroom.
Because he can't poop.
I think we're coming at this from the
Marty
wrong
can't
angle,
poop.
guys.
Marty can't poop. Marty cannot poop.
I think we're coming at this from the wrong angle. We are trying to compare avocados to Marty McFly. We should be comparing Marty McFly to avocados.
Oh my gosh, I never even thought about it that way. Okay.
I don't know. I don't have anything
All right,
followed up
well-
with.
Marty McFly has an adventurous spirit, and if you gaze in an avocado long enough, you can just feel the adventure.
An avocado.
I know, I don't know why I said it like that. Avocado.
Avocados, if you were to zoom in on that, like do a really hyper close-up picture of an avocado, it would look mountainous.
Oh my god, no, oh my god.
Or like a testicle.
That's exactly what I was about to say.
Like the time that in Arrested
Karina's-
Development when what was it? Somebody took a picture of their testicles and they thought it was the terrain of whatever place they were building, and it was just testicles.
Well, Ina, in her fact she was looking up about avocados, she came across one long ago in Central and South America. They called them ahuacate in Aztec, which literally means testicle.
He has
They called them testicles.
And Marty McFly probably has testicles.
I have an inkling he does.
Good on you for not assuming
Also-
his biological gender.
We can't assume.
Also, this same article claims they are an aphrodisiac. I don't know how, but Marty McFly made his mom real horny.
Marty McFly
That's
is a
very
walking
true.
aphrodisiac. You can't look at him.
Marty
Exactly.
McFly has so much sex appeal. His mother and honestly, his father was kind of
His
falling for him.
father
Let's
was
be
obsessed
real.
with him.
Mm-hmm.
He got named after himself, didn't he?
He did.
Didn't he just say, "Hi, I'm Marty," and like Marty, I love that name,
Yeah.
and then he got named after himself.
Exactly.
This beautiful stranger named Marty,
Oh my
who
god.
came and tried to get into his mom's pants because he's not a very good wingman. Truly,
He's really not.
it's like I gotta get my mom and dad together. Mom falls for him. Fuck.
Yeah, I know, but he didn't even do that on purpose. He's just naturally so sexy, I guess.
That's what it is.
Maybe he smells really nice. And you know what? Avocados have a nice aroma.
It's all that poop in his system instead of out of his system.
Yeah, he doesn't smell because he keeps
He
it
keeps
inside.
it inside like a hard pit.
Yes. I just looked up fun facts about Back to the Future, and in early drafts, the time machine was going to be a refrigerator.
No.
And you could put avocado in the fridge.
And Marty McFly would go into that fridge like an
We
avocado.
found it! The strangest connection!
Yes! I love it. We've done it.
Case closed.
golly,
Bring
we've
in the
done it.
dancing lobsters. Oh my gosh. Oh. On that
I'm gonna pee
note,
my pants. It's so funny.
on that high that we've just ridden, I gotta bring it down a notch. Ready?
Oh no.
Guys, my next question is, what would donkey heaven look like?
Yeehaw.
What is donkey heaven?
Wouldn't it look like, what was it called? In that Pinocchio movie? All those kids in that carnival
That is donkey
turn into
hell.
donkeys? Well, that's where they turn into donkeys. But they just continue in the carnival, They're already there.
Yeah, until they're getting round up to be, sent to farms.
See, but that part is hell. The heaven is staying at the carnival.
Is that heaven for donkeys? Because once they start to turn into donkeys, they get very terrified.
That's true.
I think, if we're going based off of the movie Shrek, waffles.
The one instance of donkeys.
A heaven for a donkey would have a lot of country music, because, got a hee-haw.
That's fair and valid.
Mm-hmm.
I'll accept that. That's your only contribution? Is that country music fills the air?
Okay, here's the thing. I'm willing to admit when I don't know something, I don't know very much about donkeys or what they enjoy. So their heaven would be, it would have things that they'd like, and those things I can't get specific about.
But we do know there's going to be banjo on the breeze. Just the dulcet tones of banjo.
All right. Yes. All right. I'm looking up facts about donkeys.
Oh my god.
And this says that donkeys will never get involved in activities if they seem unsafe. So all safety regulations are fully in play. Donkeys like it boring.
Donkey is OSHA confirmed.
Interesting.
This says that donkeys like to live with goats. So there would be goats in heaven.
Donkey and goat heaven is the same. That's very cute.
And so therefore there will be a lot of rocks to climb because the goats crave that mineral and the goats have to be happy.
Yes. And this also says that donkeys are better than horses at traveling on different terrains. So they'd be great on the rocks.
This is good.
Donkey on the rocks. That should be a new drink.
Donkey on the rocks. That drink would be chocolate milk with ice in it. And maybe a little bit of Baileys just to make it alcoholic.
Chocolate milk with alcohol.
Chocolate milk and ice and alcohol. Horrible combination, but that's a donkey on the rocks for you.
You've created it.
What?
You've created it.
It's your fault now. Me. It's my fault now. God. What have I done?
Ooh, another fact about donkeys is they hate rain because their coat doesn't like getting wet, so it will be very dry.
Oh, does their coat yell at them if it gets wet?
I guess.
Their coat doesn't like it?
Their coat is not waterproof. And they eat 90... they don't like wasting food. So there would be the literal perfect amount of food.
Aw.
Cute.
I like this donkey heaven. But you know what I like even more? I like... What two are you? That
would be the same.
Beautifully in sync. Imperfect. I hate myself. That's beautifully in sync. Today's What Two Are You is going to be what two DC characters are you?
Oh man.
Yeah.
There's so many to choose from.
I have to just start with Ina. Your number one for me, without a shadow of a doubt, is Dick Grayson. You are the purest being Batman companion that could be.
That's so cute.
Good.
Also, he has a great butt.
Especially the incarnation of Dick Grayson from Holy Musical Batman.
Oh god.
He's so sweet.
Dick Grayson is a little cutie pie and he becomes Nightwing. We all love him. He is notoriously sweet baby angel, goody two-shoes boy. Like, Batman is a whole dick and a half. Dick Grayson, who should have been a dick and a half based on name alone, is not that. He is a sweetie pie. And that is you. You are Dick Grayson.
That's true.
This is good. Good with me.
All right. But what else is she? Ooh. She's the Riddler because she loves puns.
Yes!
She's just running around in that goofy costume she would definitely wear, telling dumb puns that nobody likes, but she keeps going.
Yes. I love that.
She's like, oh, you don't like them because they're evil? And we're like, no, they're just bad.
That is 100% true. Which, you know, the Riddler's name is... Ina, you will get a kick out of this. The Riddler's name is Edward Nigma. Enigma.
Amazing.
Goodbye. His name is a pun.
That is fantastic news.
I think she's obsessed with him now.
Mm-hmm. I am.
All right. Let's see. Amy?
Is it bad that I want to say Harley Quinn?
That's so kind. So kind of you.
Did you say I'm Harley Quinn?
Yeah.
Oh, Mr. J.
No.
No. I just thought of it because she's blonde and wears crop tops.
Oh my gosh, wait. Who's that? Oh my gosh, there's this villain, okay, who has this, she looks like a baby forever.
Baby doll?
Yeah, baby doll.
God.
Your baby doll.
Oh no.
She's just cursed, like this little blonde girl, blonde hair, blue eyes, that is way older than she looks.
That's not wrong. You're pretty right there.
Mm-hmm. Mixed with, I'm trying to think of who are the sassier characters. I mean, we could always go with Catwoman because she's an anti-hero and you're notoriously a chaotic neutral.
Fair.
And she loves cats.
True.
That's very you.
Yes.
And she's confident, you know? She's just walking around in this sexy cat suit, just like, I own this place now. Because I decided I do.
True. I'm into it. I can get behind that. Hell yeah. I want to say that, Marissa, your first one is probably...
The Condiment King.
No! The Condiment King! No, not the Condiment King! No.
No, that's just a hilarious thing that I can't believe is real.
Well, now that nothing's gonna, like, compare to the Condiment King, I was gonna say that you are very Damian Wayne to me, who is...
I don't know much about him.
He is
Please tell us.
the son of Talia al Ghul and Batman.
Ooh.
So he is Bruce Wayne's only, like, Bruce Wayne at this point has more kids, but I think he was his, you know, saying this, I'm gonna get people mad at me because I'm not super well versed, but I think it was one of his first kids, like, that he biologically had himself. But either way, Damian Wayne is like his kid that he was kind of coerced into having him in a lot of the canon, but basically Damian Wayne he's like raised by the League of Assassins, so he becomes this cocky little shithead who wants to kill, but then he becomes a Robin because he meets his dad like when he's like 11 or something like that. His dad's like, this is my kid. All of my kids become Robin at some point. And Damian Wayne is like, I'm a little shithead. I like to kill people. And Bruce is like, we don't do that. And Damian's like, I do. And it's... he's a kind of a shithead, and he's like got the like rage that you want, but like also isn't a bad guy because he does help out, but he's like notoriously the most evil and of the Robins and notoriously like kind of bratty.
So, you know, very me. I'm notoriously a murdering brat.
That's not what I mean.
Everyone knows this. It's common knowledge.
He's got a huge hothead.
He's got a huge
tract of land.
For some reason, I want to say Alfred Pennyworth.
That's insulting.
Why do you want to say Alfred?
I don't know.
Justify it for fun.
I'm really bad at this one. I don't know why.
You were the one who suggested it. I want this to be known.
Yeah, that's true. But I'm struggling.
Turns out the 2 Batman movies she's seen isn't cutting it. You know, there's more DC things outside of Batman.
I do know that. I love Wonder Woman.
I could never be like her, I see.
I mean, I'm gonna be real, you probably couldn't. Neither could I, though.
None of us could be. She's too good.
I'm trying to think outside of Batman because you made it such a thing. Oh, no, you know, okay. You're not gonna like this at first, but I promise you it might be right. You're gonna be Lois Lane as your second one because I know that she's like, you know, damsel in distressy, and I'm not saying that you're that, but she's also like notoriously like obsessed with being a reporter. She's very like sassy to Clark Kent before she falls in love with him, and like them getting to know each other is like a whole bunch of them like trying to outdo each other, and she's always trying to be on the Superman lead, and Clark always seems to know what's up with Superman because he is Superman, and she's like always pissed, but she's always chasing like the biggest leads, and she's very like ambitious in that way. and also stubborn, but like has enough sass to like be her own person. And then she's also like, got the hot thing and also happens to get kidnapped a lot, so she has to get saved a lot, and that helps her fall in love with Superman and whatever. But she is kind of like her own like independent, sassy human, which is also you.
Okay. I'll take it. I like that you put the hot thing in the aside of things that are not me. You were like, yeah, she's hot and gets kidnapped a lot, but she's still you.
No, I didn't. I just meant like, most people are like, oh, Lois Lane, she's the hot damsel in distress, right? I'm like, I mean, she's that, but she's more than that, okay?
You're like, nah, but if she were Marissa, she's an ugly damsel.
Oh my god! Suck up my left toenail.
I already am.
Oh, all right. Should we recap? Ina is Nightwing and Riddler.
Amy is Baby Doll and Catwoman. And I am I forget. Damian Wayne and
Lois Lane.
Damian Wayne and Lois Lane.
Oh, that rhymes. Marissa's Damian Wayne and Lois Lane.
Damian Wayne and Lois Lane.
Now I want to make that into like a rap. Only that's a terrible idea. I should not do that.
All right, the last question that we have today is really just something to ruminate on. I don't think we really need to give it a full-on discussion. Just something to leave you guys with, like a palate cleanser, a little splash of lime sorbet in between delicious cuts of prime rib.
Like an after-dinner mint. Did you just say a palate cleanser, like lime sorbet?
Yes, I did say that, yes.
You're literally quoting a song from Shrek the Musical.
And you think I'm not aware of this? I'm aware.
I know, but it's obvious.
So, here's the thing. A palate cleanser for you, just to ruminate on. If you were a dead body, where would you hide?
Oh my god, where would I hide?
Where would you hide?
So that people wouldn't find me, kind
I
of?
don't know. You came up with this stupid question because you're upset.
I did not. You turned it into a question.
You asked me that question already.
It's because I lost my corpse in a video game, okay? But
this entire episode, it's been Marissa's secret objective to, in this video game, find the corpse that she hid.
I lost it. Like, this video game, you respawn, but your corpse stays laying on the ground where you died, and then you can go take your stuff back from it, because you lose all your items when you die. But I lost my corpse, and I can't get all my things back.
On that note, this has been a lovely episode of Fess Up. If you guys like what you hear, if you like that we're back, go subscribe to all of our social medias. We are at Fess Up Podcast on Instagram. We are FessUp_podcast on Twitter. Send us your own questions. FessUpPodcast@gmail.com is our email. You can send it to us in a DM on those social media. #UpFest is our hashtag for you to interact with us on social media. Let people know that you're a fan of us because we're great. I can't talk anymore. Thank you. Because we're great and you love us. Thank you. Because you're great. We're great. You love us. Do the thing. Tweet and do all this stuff. We will see you in 2 weeks. Mark my words. I'm doing the thing where you put one finger into your palm of your hand like, this is happening. That's me right now. This is happening.
Oh my gosh, I always loved it. Well, not loved it, but like, I always would watch content creators be like, I promise I'll upload twice a week, and then they don't. And be like, oh, that's so annoying, they promised. But now I'm like, I'm so busy with life.
Yep. We're gonna do it, though. This is happening forever. We've signed a lifeblood oath now. So,
okay.
See you in 2 weeks.
So we can't lie anymore, or we'll literally die. That
is exactly what will happen to us. See you in 2 weeks, friends. And as always, I've been Amy.
I'm Marissa.
And I'm Ina. And don't forget, if you need Marty McFly, he'll be in the bathroom.